value that the general does.
All right, welcome everybody to the Crawford County, Illinois Ghost Hunter Society live talk show. This is episode number 21. And we have got some cool stuff to show you guys tonight and talk about tonight, so hang in there. Again, welcome to the Crawford County, Illinois Ghost Hunter Society live talk show, episode number 21. Kind of got a rough start again here tonight with our intro. I don't know what happened there. Something came through, but I think that was a ghost. But anyway, you can visit our website at crawfordcountyghosthunters.org. Check it out. You can send us an email at illinoishauntings@gmail.com. We try to answer our email as quick as possible. It's always faster to send us a message on Facebook, but you can definitely send us an email. We'll check out your house, business, or any other location. If you think you might be experiencing any type of paranormal activity out there, definitely send us an email and let us know, or get a hold of us on our Facebook page. You are probably watching on our Facebook page. It is facebook.com/Crawford County Ghost Hunters. We are also dual streaming right now to YouTube. So if you are watching on YouTube out there, like I said, I apologize. We don't answer messages on YouTube, so switch over to our Facebook if you want to interact with us live on this talk show tonight and answer or ask us any questions, that you might want us to answer. So definitely check out our Facebook if you are on YouTube. But YouTube's a cool place if you guys want to go back and look at all of our talk shows that we've done, because it puts them all in order on YouTube, because we don't go live a lot on YouTube. So it's an easy place to find our live videos if you do want to go back and check out an old episode of our talk show. You can also find us on Instagram at Instagram/Crawford County Ghost Hunters, or follow us at Crawford County Ghost Hunters on Instagram. Music tonight was by the Midnight Syndicate. It's used with permission. Those guys let us use their music for all our videos, our live videos and stuff, so that's really cool. You can visit their website at midnightsyndicate.com. Check out all their stuff. If you guys are into cool, creepy Halloween music, that's the place to go. You can also find the Midnight Syndicate on Spotify. So check them out on YouTube, Spotify, and their website at midnightsyndicate.com. And it's going to be a cool night tonight, guys. We're going to try to play some of the evidence, just a little portion of the evidence that I've gotten through so far from our past weekend's investigation at Pine Lawn Manor. But before we go into that, I want to introduce my co-host tonight. She just joined my team here really recently and has been completely awesome. I mean, she's really stepped up, and she's done a lot of stuff for us already. And she's going to be my co-host tonight. I'd like to introduce Amanda Routon onto the show tonight and bring her into the live feed right now. So, hey, well, I got the wrong name up there. Hold on. There we go. That's her name, Amanda Routon. I had the old banner up there from when Dickerson was on here. Sorry about that, guys. Hit the wrong button. That's Amanda Routon, not Jason Dickerson. He popped his name up there. But how you doing, Amanda?
You changed. I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So just to kind of introduce Amanda a little bit, So how long you been with me now, Amanda? How long you been going?
But since you investigated my house, I think I like joined quickly or shortly after that. So when was that? Like the end of summer, maybe?
Probably. Yeah. So
Probably
you've only been with
months.
how many?
Everywhere. I think it's been a couple 3 months, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, Amanda's really only been on my team like probably three or 4 months now. And like I said, she's done a great job stepping up and helping out with investigations. And especially, it's really cool because she used to work at Pylon Manor, and we've been investigating that place. She's been helping do history and haunting tours of Pylon Manor. And this last weekend, we had our first public overnight in there. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what to expect, but it went crazy.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. And I mean, that place definitely performed and showed the people that it is definitely haunted. The people that went there with us on the 16th. I mean, they got a heck of a show.
Yes.
Especially if you stayed until 2 a.m. on the 16th, you got a heck of a show because it seems like that place is the most active in the early morning hours from like 2 a.m. to like even 6 a.m. When like we've been closing up, we'll hear weird things, but we're going to kind of like take you through our weekend and take you through like what happened at Pylon Manor during our investigations there on the 16th and 17th this past weekend. And I'm going to try to like play as much evidence as we can. Like say, I still haven't got over everything. I'm literally sitting there listening to this thing all day long, trying to find all the evidence and stuff that we collected. And a couple of the videos I'm playing tonight's actually going to be from a group of people that witnessed these events. I mean, these aren't my recordings. These are their recordings. We were present there, with the group of girls that recorded this, and they sent me the audio files. So we're going to play some of those later on. And I want to apologize in advance when we start to play these audio files. If you got any kids out there watching tonight, you might want to plug the ears because there's a little bit of cussing on them. And that just shows that it's real, though. And when I get my audio recordings off there, they're probably worse. That's the PG-13 version of what I said when I encountered these sounds. So I don't even know if I can play my recordings from Pylon Manor because, like, I dropped a couple F-bombs when some of the stuff happened. I apologize, but it was just that crazy.
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think about it, Amanda? Some of the stuff, like,
I think it was active. Even when we were cleaning it and just go in the daytime. When me and you were interviewing,
Amanda, some of the stuff, like,
it was active. I mean, that was broad daylight.
Oh, so, yeah.
Before we started, we do a walkthrough to make sure nobody's in there, messing with stuff. And Ed had the radio on, and a little girl came over his radio, but not mine.
Right.
I play, and I'm like, Ed, that didn't come over my radio. That just came over yours. And he's like, what?
Yeah. So, but you touched on something there a second ago I want to touch on for everybody out there watching. Okay. We do a building sweep. We look through that building, every time we go in there, we check, we go room to room, and we're now in the process of locking it up, padlocking it up so nobody can get in the place. We're setting video cameras up in there, wireless video camera systems. So if anybody breaks in now, they're going to be in trouble. We're going to have, we're chaining all the doors up. But previous, to our investigations in there this weekend, we did a building sweep, because we had just one comment out of the thousands of comments we've had about this place where a guy said, "Oh, you guys were there all day long setting stuff up to scare people." No, we didn't. No. We do a building sweep to make sure there's nobody inside the building. There's no squatters that have snuck into the attic. We look every room before we do this. And just so we can assure that, the safety of the people, everybody's all right, and there's nobody's in the building hiding anywhere. And, you guys are free to look through the building to make sure none of this stuff is fake. There's nothing, fake going on about this place. I've seen a couple of comments like, oh, well, sure, the first night's going to be crazy because they want more people to come. One guy said, well, no, that's not what's going on. I mean, you got to come here and experience this and see this stuff for yourself. And like, we got a lot of evidence. We got a lot of people getting evidence in there, and not just us, but these videos I'm playing isn't stuff I captured. We were in the room, me and you were in the room when it happened. But, this is stuff that the people that came on our tour captured that I'm going to play tonight. So, and like Amanda was saying, me and her was in there cleaning the building because this place was absolutely horrible when we first started, I guess you can say, managing it, taking it over to do these tours and stuff. And the owner gave us permission to clean it up and get everything, fix everything we could. And we're trying to preserve and find everything that was actually from the Pine Lawn Manor days. And Amanda knows a lot about that because she worked there. So she's able to say, hey, this was there back in the day and that she can remember. And we're trying to make it, preserve the items that were there. And so that way it's preserved for the future, because this is a paranormal gold mine, is all I can describe it as. I mean, Amanda got on board on this team right on time because, like, I've been doing this, guys, for over 20 years, and she's been doing it for 3 months now, and she's got to be with me on one of the craziest nights I've ever seen in my life, investigating paranormal occurrences, because it was probably the 16th of October is going to be in my book for a long time, if nothing tops that, because I just can't even begin to explain to you guys the activity that we experienced that night. But we're going to kind of start out. I mean, we went in the building that night, and we didn't know what was going to happen. We brought the group of people in. I took a group of people. Amanda took a group of people. We kind of split up and went different ways. And we heard some pops and bangs and some strange things in my group. We kind of started out on what's called Group 2 and Group 3 over there. That's where I took my group. And I think you went to the South Wing, didn't you, Amanda?
Yeah. We're in the crazy room, as you call it.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, when we refer to this room as the crazy room now, we mean no disrespect toward it's no pun intended, that we mean no disrespect toward the people that used to stay there or anything, because they were the mentally disabled. We completely respect that. When I call this the crazy room, what I'm referring to is the amount of activity that takes place in this room and the things that happen in this room. So I just started nicknaming it the crazy room because, like, you just don't know what's going to happen in there. It's just absolutely off the charts. I mean, the stuff that went on October 16th. And then we started experiencing a little bit of it on the 17th, which we're going to talk about too. But yeah, I'll start out kind of telling what happened to me and my little group to start out with. We went down there and we had a small group of people. And I think I've even got a picture of the group I had in your group, man. If I uploaded that, I hope I did. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Yeah. I got my group uploaded, I think, here. But this is a group of people, I had over in my group. We had a lot of people on the 16th. I think it's popping it up. Let's try that one more time. Having issues with the pictures tonight, and I hope that's not a bad sign. We're not going to be able to show anything. Still not seeing it pop up. But anyway, I had a group of people over on the Group 3 area and Group 2 area. We started hearing sounds, knocks on the ceiling, pops, bangs, the things we experienced on our live investigation in there that we still, have no explanation for. And everybody was hearing it. We were hearing the pops, the bangs, and one guy was like kind of freaked out because we heard what sounded like a door opening or a doorknob one time, and it was really strange. But but that's nothing compared to, what we experienced later on the night. I mean, what did you guys actually do over in your wing, Amanda? I mean,
Well, we did a couple EVPs, and then
there's the picture.
we went into what you call the crazy room, and when we were doing the ghost box, it said your name 3 times. When we were going through, I'd be like, "Is anyone here?" and you just kind of go, and then it said Jason. I was like, did that say Jason? And 3 times it said Jason. So that's when I radioed you and said, hey, I think there's somebody over here wants you in this room. So
you're over here in this south wing, and you're hearing my name come across the ghost box like 3 times.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. That's weird. And just to give you guys a little update of this room, we're calling the crazy room. It's the very first time I entered that room, me and Amanda were interviewing Betty. What's her last name?
Stanley.
Daly?
Stanley.
I can't hear you. Sorry. Okay.
Betty
yeah.
Stanley.
Yeah, we were interviewing Betty and her husband. And we had taken them into this room on the south side of the building, on the south wing there, which she's calling the senior area, and which I refer to now as the crazy room, because I went into this room and there's this board, and it's still got the names of the residents up on the board and where they stayed at in Pine Lawn. There's a bunch of names up there, and which is really cool, and it kind of gives us a reference point to where to start, looking for names and stuff in these rooms, because we know who was there. But anyway, we were sitting there talking, and it felt like somebody just poked me in the back. I mean, physically jabbed me in the back, and very rarely have I had anything physical happen to me on any type of paranormal investigation anywhere. It's like, and it just, it hit me so hard. I turned around, looked behind me, and Betty's husband it's Betty, right?
Yeah.
Her
husband,
what's her
husband's
husband?
name is
Okay. Yeah, I turned around and looked at him thinking, maybe he poked me, because he was the closest one to, my back. But he was like 3 feet from me, and there was no way he could do it. I could tell by the look on his face. He was wondering, what the heck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I knew he didn't do it, and I knew there was something wrong with that room at that point. I was like, something's in here. I don't know what, but something's in this room. That's why I wanted people to kind of check it out a little. And then I didn't really think much of it after that. I didn't go to that room anymore. We hadn't really been there. And then you took a group of people. So you kind of discovered the other activity taking place in there, because were you in there when the group started screaming, or were you outside at that point?
I was outside. That's when we had a little break, and then they went on their own, and I was standing outside by the fire, and they came out and asked for me. They're like, is Amanda here? I was like, yeah, what's up? They're like, I want you to hear this. And then they played their recording, and I'm like, well, where were you? And they said the room with the names in it. And I said, really? So we went there, and when I was in there, they were, doing it again and just kind of explaining what happened. And I was standing in the door, like when you walk in by the door, and I felt a wind of something, and I heard a crash in the pile. And I was like, what? And I'm sure I cussed, because I was not expecting that.
Oh, yeah. I know I did later on.
Yeah, and that's when, I went and got you. Because I was like, he's got to hear this. He's got to. So, that happened when they didn't have any team members with them at that time until they came and got me.
Right. Yeah. That's when we let the group of people kind of wander on their own, do their own investigation of the building. And these group of girls, I'm not going to say names on here, but there was 5 of them. And the activity seemed to be following them around. And like, I'm going to be honest, when we went into the room, what we're calling the crazy room now, to examine what these girls have been seeing and hearing, I was a little bit skeptical. I thought, okay, somebody's messing with them. Somebody's doing something, somebody in their group is, doing something, and like, so I'm watching them real good. I'm looking at their hands. I'm looking, I got my flashlight kind of down. I'm watching everybody, see if they've got anything in their pockets, see if anybody picked up any rocks or something to throw. But we're sitting in there, and we start hearing what sounds like crashes. Like, guys, this isn't like little bitty sounds. This is like somebody taking a baseball bat to a pile of junk in the corner of that room. Like, it was like, poof. It crashed so hard. And the very first time I experienced it, I told Amanda, out there, you guys, I hope I'm going to be able to kind of cut the end of my my voice recording because I dropped a few F-bombs when I experienced it the first time because it was just unbelievable. I mean, there was nothing causing this activity. That there was a pile of junk where we were Amanda and Ed and Dickerson, they've been cleaning the building up, and I think some of it was already there, but they'd put some more stuff in this pile in the corner of the room, and it's using that pile of junk to communicate. Like it is slamming something on that with like a baseball bat like sound. I mean, it hits it so hard. I don't even know how to describe it without you guys coming here and seeing this stuff. And you got to just take our word for it, and I try to debunk everything. I'm looking around, nobody's throwing nothing. Nobody hit that pile. There is no possible way it could be anything other than paranormal activity at this point, because it was just extremely strange. And I didn't believe it, until I actually physically heard it myself. And I think during the course of the night, what did it happen? At least 8 times? I want to say about that. Yeah, the big baseball bat like noise where it hit the pile of junk. Wasn't that probably at least 8 times during the course of the night?
Yes. I believe.
Yeah, you describe it. I mean, how do you describe it?
It was loud. The time that when me and you were standing in there, I think was the loudest, and I felt like something just right behind us, and it was super loud. And a couple of times when we heard like the noises, it sounded like, I don't know, like a plate maybe breaking the first couple of times, but there's absolutely no glass anywhere. I mean, we checked.
Yeah.
We looked everywhere. And it wasn't that, and then it just started getting louder after that. It's just louder and louder.
Yeah, and hang in there, guys. Don't leave us on this show tonight, because we're going to play some stuff. We are going to play some audio evidence, and we're going to play some video evidence, which kind of represents a little bit of the sounds we were hearing. So hang in there, and we are going to play that here eventually. We're just kind of giving you an overview of what happened and what's going on, but we are going to play this stuff. So well, other than I've still got to get through all my recordings, and you'll hear those on the next show, but with probably a lot of beep, 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 beep. Kind of block out a lot of cuss words on mine, but it just unbelievable. Things we heard in there were everything from it sounded like glass breaking. We had a light bulb shatter at one point, and we have no clue how it happened.
Yeah, I had not a clue.
I mean, you want to talk about that a little? The light bulb?
Yeah, we were down in group 2, and we were coming back up, and we're just checking out the shower room. And by the shower room is the hallway to the break room, and me and the 2 other girls that were in that group we had our heads sticking in the hallway of, or not the hallway, the shower room, and in the hallway next to us, we just hear a big I was like, what was that? And I look in there, and there was a light bulb busted that was not there before, because I would have swept that up, because and somewhere around us. I mean, you were still at hall 3.
Yeah.
Nobody else was even down that hall 1. It was just crazy. Like, I can't explain it. I don't know.
Yeah. We also, before we get into some of this video and evidence we're going to show you guys here, there is a guy that we call the whistler in there, and he will whistle, and he will whistle back at you. And we have tried to capture. I had my recorder on at least 3 different occasions when he whistled back, so I was still going to go over that. And I believe Dickerson had the task camera in on one occasion when this guy whistled back. But you can go, and he will go back, and it's crazy. And this happened repeatedly. When we heard it on our original investigation, when we went live in there and investigated, we heard this whistler and figured out, there was a guy whistling in here, and we got it to respond on our haunted tours. I mean, at least 3 or 4 times we heard whistles back that night on the 16th.
Yes, and he's pretty much everywhere around the building, though. It's not just in one area with him, so that's what's cool about the whistler.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, he will whistle in different wings. Like, we originally heard it in group 3, And then like on the 16th, we were hearing it in the south wing or the senior hallway, close to what we refer to as the crazy room now.
Yes.
You know, we were hearing it in there, you know, whistling, and they seem to respond to whistling. For some reason, when Amanda whistles, like they respond to her, and like it just, I don't know, it just, the whole building comes alive with paranormal activity when you start to whistle. It's like they respond to whistles, you know. Like I say, we mean no disrespect toward anybody that stayed there or anything, or any residents that died there, or you know, was there, but they were mentally disabled. So a lot of our equipment isn't working in there. But this is they interact to sounds, to noises, to us saying, "Hey, do this or do that." And this is more of a physical haunting than a haunting that you pick up on EMF meters or ghost boxes or digital recorders. We haven't got a lot of EVP activity out there. This is all physical, where you see, hear, and feel the activity in there. You know, that's what's cool about this place. It's not just, you know, us saying, "Oh, my EMF meter spiked to 7.0. No, we're getting cuts on jackets.
Yeah.
Light bulbs breaking. Speaking, we'll just go right into the cut on the jacket. I'm going to go ahead and show your jacket. So go ahead and tell a story, Amanda, about, you have no explanation for how this happened.
No, in all honesty, I didn't even know that it happened. We were outside by the fire. I was warming up, and I just happened to look down, and I go, "What the heck? What's that?" And there's a slice in my, and this is a new jacket. Like, I haven't even had this a year. And I go, "What happened there?"
Yeah.
And, you know, Shauna's like, "That's the new jacket. What did you do?" I said, "I didn't do anything. Like, I never touched anything. I never walked. I mean, you know, nothing. I mean, I would have felt a tug, and there's nothing. And it wasn't there when I got there. I mean,
I'm going to throw the picture up of that jacket here, guys.
See,
there's a cut. Right. Looks like a slice down the part there to the right of her zipper that was not there previous to her entering the building. And she has no explanation for how this happened. I'm telling you guys, the stuff in here is physical. Like, it's touching us. It's like you'll feel something on your hair. You know, you'll feel people brushing your hair. Here's another picture of it where it's like kind of just sliced without, you know, being pulled open there. It looks like somebody took a knife and cut her jacket, you know, that piece on her jacket. So it's like, we have no explanation for this, like how that occurred in there. But it's just a lot of strange physical things happening in this place. And we don't think like, and still, I'm one of them people where I don't believe in all this evil spirit, demonic stuff. I'm not calling this bad stuff. It just, this is what I call a physical haunting, you know, where they are physically making contact with us. You know, it's still people, you know, people's loved ones and everything. I don't consider anybody evil like that, you know, or any ghost or spirit. They're just trying to get our attention just like anybody else. And they're doing it in a different way, which is really cool, I think. You know, I mean, I love this place. Like, I am obsessed with this place. And what's that?
It is really cool, and I don't know if it's because I've worked there before, but it just seems like almost every time I'm in there, even during the day, something goes on. And it's neat, and it really responds to me and you very well. Like,
well, yeah. Me and you were in there cleaning and heard what sounded like a cart coming down the hallway.
Yes.
And we couldn't figure it out. We thought it was Ed Reese coming to help us, and we look around and Ed's not there. There's nobody in the parking lot. And it sounded like somebody opened up the door and pushed a cart down the hallway. This is in the daylight, guys, when we're cleaning. We experienced this. So, but that's something really cool too. I want to go during the daylight and see what we can find sometime, because the active hours seem to be like from 2 a.m. to like 6 a.m. And like 6:45 is like the latest we've been there, because that was on the 16th and we kept experiencing stuff and we stayed that long. So who knows what happens from like 6:45 a.m. to like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You know, the place might go crazy in the daylight. And I've had reports of workers and people that actually, one lady said she used to live there after it closed down. I guess her family lived there a little while because they had some people stay there. The owner let people live there. She said there was a guy that would come out during the afternoon hours. During the daylight, they would see him in the hallway singing. So yeah, that's pretty cool too. I still got to do a phone interview with her, and I've also got to do a phone interview. We've been interviewing as many former employees of this place that we can. We've had some come and walk us through. I got another one that's going to come, Amanda, and walk us through some of the places that are the rooms that she's seen activity and she knows things happened in. So that's awesome. Going to be really neat too. And we've been recording all that too, guys. Like Amanda's got a GoPro, and we recorded the first interviews we done through there with the people. But just weird stuff going on in there
at all times.
Yeah, and before I get into playing a couple of these audio files too, Amanda also got grabbed on the leg, and I will play this for you. And that was on the 17th or was that the 16th? You got grabbed.
I think it was the first night. I think it was the 16th.
I think it was 16th. I think a lot of the stuff happened on the 16th. Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, it was the 16th. So here's a video of the back of Amanda's leg right here. Let me get that Pylon Manor out of the way there so you can see this. But down at the bottom, you can see a little white mark, which was not there previous to her getting grabbed. And we will also put the picture up. That's a zoomed in version. It's sideways, but you guys can see that white mark across the bottom of her pant leg. And go ahead and tell them about that, Amanda, and how that felt.
In the group 3, or what other people call the Red Hall, and we're down in the dining area, activity area down there, and we're standing there, and I think we were whistling at the time as well there too, and I just felt like, it almost felt like a little kid was grabbing my pant leg, and I just kind of said something, didn't think much of it until I shine my flashlight, and I'm like, there's a mark on my pant leg, and I'm like, do you guys see that, or am I just crazy? Because you don't always want to act like you're crazy, and everybody's seen it, and then Courtney took the pictures, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just straight up. I don't even know how to describe this place, guys. Going back into some of the evidence here too, I'm going to play so we go back. This is kind of we're skipping all over here, I know, but we go back into the senior area, which is where, we're calling the crazy room. And we're sitting there in the dark. And for some odd reason, these sounds and these events, I'm getting ready to play you guys a video of something that happened in there. So get ready for this. And you guys have to take our word for this, because you gotta think that we are in the dark. We didn't think anything was going to happen here. We're not rolling. And the sounds were not happening unless we had complete darkness for some odd reason in this room. And we had already heard bangs on this pile, like somebody hitting it with a baseball bat. And I had mentioned earlier on, I said, why don't you hit the wind chime? If there's anybody here, can you hit the wind chime? We're sitting there in the dark. We hear a bang on the pile, which scares the crap out of everybody in there. And we're all sitting there, and all of a sudden we hear a kaboom. And I knew exactly what it was when it happened. I heard it, I had turned right toward it when it happened and physically seen this wind chime, through my, it's dark in there, but I still got enough night vision because we've been in there in the dark. It moved upward and almost hit the ceiling. It got hit so hard. I told Courtney, who was right beside me, I said, get your camera on, at least roll, and get, this swinging, we didn't catch it getting hit because we weren't ready for this and didn't know it was going to happen, obviously. But here is a video of Courtney, after I said, turn your camera on, record the wind chime, but here is the after effect of it getting hit, guys. Okay, we just got wind chimes hit. No. We are in Pine Lawn Manor. It is, we're in Pine Lawn Manor. It's October 17, 2020. The wind chimes just got hit here in this room. Nobody was standing there, just got hit.
The closest one is the shortest one.
Well, they keep going.
You can still go. No, she was the shortest one. Closest kid.
Where were you at?
I was standing right here. We were right next to each other.
You weren't under it?
No.
And
even if she was, she wouldn't hit it.
like back at, like, you should see, I was hiding, you standing there, because you cannot hit that one.
No, we were right next to each other.
Sorry,
but it's true.
Yeah, no offense. But
Yeah, but when I turn that on, maybe we.
Like it's not stopping.
It moved a little bit when we were here earlier.
I've never seen anything like this, guys.
See, I knew I should have bought that.
Yeah. All right. So, that's the video of, the after video we took after it got hit. I got Courtney to roll that camera real quick because, like, I wanted some kind of, footage for proof. But it was like, I say, obviously, we didn't know what was going to happen. So we weren't filming the actual hit, which sucks, Now that we know that room is so crazy, we're rigging it up with everything. Once we rig it up, it probably won't happen. That's the way it goes in the paranormal world. You don't have a camera in there. That's when all heck breaks loose. But
Yes.
I put cameras in it on the 17th. We put cameras in there. We put motion activated devices in there, and nothing really happened. We're going to get into the 17th though and talk about why. I think nothing happened until the end. We did experience stuff on the 17th, so stay tuned for that too. But were you in the room when the chimes got hit? I can't remember.
Yes, I was.
I thought you were. Yeah,
I was, because it surprised the crap out of me. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, I mean, so what's your take on it? I mean,
well, it was crazy because we heard the sound, that's on that pile, and we're just like, oh my goodness, what, and then the wind chime just started going out, and I'm like, what? And like that, the girl that was staying next to me, I mean, she could walk under it. I mean, she wasn't even tall enough, and we even had them, go like this, they couldn't
right.
reach it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was crazy, but awesome at the same time. I got excited.
Yeah, I was really excited. I mean, it takes a lot to get me excited in like the paranormal world now, because like we've been so many places, I've seen so much stuff, and this place excites me. I mean, like I say, I'm literally obsessed with this place after like the 16th. Like our live investigation, we didn't have that much activity. It was our public tour on the 16th that opened my eyes to this place. That something extremely strange. I mean, very strange is going on in Pine Lawn Manor. I mean, very seldom do you get physical activity and the physical type haunting that's going on inside there. I tried to debunk this, guys. I tried to make sure it wasn't one of those girls that turned around and went like that. And when you look at that video, that girl, no offense, they're not making fun of her or nothing, she is really short. And she was the closest one to it. Her head doesn't even come close to hitting the bottom of those wind chimes. And she was the closest individual to it, which is kind of cool because she is so short. It proves that something actually did hit him, because they were up away from the chimes anyway, to where they couldn't make physical contact with them. But I'm still trying to debunk it. I'm like, okay, are one of these girls causing the activity? Are they doing it? Are they faking it? And then, we start hearing bangs again. We start hearing whistles. I mean, it just, I was physically present in one room of the Pine Lawn Manor. Well, it'd be the group 3 area again. We went back into there. I was blocking the doorway of that area up in the far room on the right in group 3, where the, I think you call it the dining area maybe in there.
Yeah.
I was blocking the doorway when I first figured out that, okay, these girls aren't faking this, they're not causing it, because a rock, it sounded like somebody shot a rock out of a slingshot. I mean, it was so loud. It seriously sounded like you took a slingshot, let it go, and a rock flew around that room in there. And I could see no rock flying is the problem. I could see no object moving. It was like a residual sound of a rock just boom, 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 just banging around the room and bouncing off of stuff. And there's nothing in there. And I'm blocking the doorway. No one else is in the room.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I started to realize this isn't fake. These people aren't faking this stuff. This is real activity that's taking place. And I've got some more videos or audio clips that they sent me. I'm going to play, unless you want to comment on that. I know I'm talking a lot, Amanda. Go ahead and, give your take on some of that, and then I'll play some audio clips here.
I think this place is awesome because of the fact, it is physical. Like, we have bells hanging in places. And I also, which I haven't put up yet, but next weekend we go, I want to put up, like pinwheels where they can try it. And, we use balls or balloons and stuff, but I'm just trying to, I want to go find more wind chimes somewhere and
right.
just hang them up anywhere we possibly can. Because I just think it's the physical thing. And also, and that's what I did when I worked there. I was the activity director. I did that stuff with them.
Right.
That was my so I just think it's really cool that it's still, happening, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope it continues.
I talked with John, we were talking about stuff like we could improvise and put in there too, and this place is like really teaching us, about some of the paranormal occurrences and how they take place too, because we're always in these buildings, these abandoned buildings with empty rooms. There's no metal, they're just empty rooms, nothing in them, and you never hear any contact. But the contact these ghosts and spirits are making with the objects are rooms that have piles of junk in them. They're banging on the junk, that's piled up in this place. And so if you just got an empty room, they have nothing to bang on, they have no wind chimes to hit. They don't have anything to hit, so maybe the other rooms are just as active. They just, it doesn't have, any way to make itself known. So me and John was talking, maybe getting some of those aluminum foil pans, like they hang to scare birds away and stuff in people's gardens, like that clang, and put some aluminum foil pans hanging from strings to see if they'll bang on those also.
Yes.
But just more experiments, we need to try out there. But I'm going to play you guys some audio. Now, this came directly from audio from some of the people that took our tour, the girls that were experiencing just strange activity everywhere in Pine Lawn Manor. So the first one I'm going to play, I believe, let me see which one this is, if I can get it to come up here. Well, I'm having technical difficulties, as always. Well, that's weird. Didn't I play that for you, Amanda?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe it didn't work.
Yeah, we tested it out.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it goes. It's not working for the show. Huh. Yeah, I may have to play it from my phone. I'm going to play this tonight. I guarantee you guys somehow. That's weird. It's like it disappeared. But man, if you want to talk about some of your other experiences, I'll try to figure this out and pop that up here in a minute. Anything else that you had happen in there, I'll try to fix this and get it going here real quick.
Just, a lot of things go on. We always hear knocks, and the Whistler, I think, you guys have to come out and listen for that yourself. You can't even explain that, because it's not like, it's real. It's there. He'll mock the whistle, any whistle you do. He will mock it, which is crazy. And I do remember someone messaged me on Facebook, one of the workers that worked there, and she's like, "You don't remember, hearing that when we worked, nights?" And I said, "Very seldom did I work overnight there." And I said, "Now that you say that, I do remember that on the senior halls when we heard it the most." And I just get people messaging me all the time. "Do you remember, the phone ringing? That's a big thing," which we have not experienced, but man, if we ever do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people report that phone ringing in there. Yeah, that's really strange. The phone.
Yes.
That's really weird.
And which I believe when we went live, some people did say that they heard the phone ring. We ourselves did not, but they said they heard it over the live feed, which was weird.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The live feed, I think, heard it, and then we went back. Did you ever hear it on the live feed, Amanda?
I never really actually went back and listened yet.
Yeah. I'm not sure which one this is. I think I might have got it up finally. Okay, guys, I think I've got one of the noises up. Now you guys have got to hear this. Let me make sure it's in the right place. Sorry to interrupt you there, Amanda.
No, you're good.
This may be, I'm not sure which one this is.
Can you whistle for me?
Okay, here's one of the noises.
We have wind chimes right in the middle. If you want to touch those.
Mm.
Don't say what I tell you. That was the noise that just happened.
So there, guys, if you can hear that over the background, that is one of the noises we were hearing, something getting hit in Pine Line Manor. I'm going to play that one more time for you guys.
Can you whistle for me? We have wind chimes right in the middle. If you want to touch those. Say what I tell you. That was the noise that just happened.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I have no clue what caused that sound, guys. And that was the sound we were hearing like a lot during the night. It sounded like something just hitting something or glass breaking, just all throughout the investigation on the 16th. We were picking up strange sounds like that. I'm trying to get the other one up they sent me and play it also. But yeah, I'm ready to go back and see what we can find there and even leave recorders there overnight and see what we pick up overnight there, because without anybody there, try different experiments. We're going to be probably investigating this place, guys, for like hopefully years to come. We've just turned the page to this place, as to the activity I think that's going on at this location. So it's like it's just unbelievable amounts of activity. Trying to upload the other one back into here, and then I'll play it for you guys.
Because we're cleaning it to make it look like, original, awaken them more.
Uh-huh.
Because we're trying to make it look like it was.
Right.
And, I'm thinking they're liking that.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, we're trying to keep, like I said, we're trying to keep everything original. We're trying to find all the original pieces, from plates to spoons to pictures that were on the wall to the furniture that's left over, if there is any. We found some furniture still left over. There was some beds still left over from there. Oxygen machines we found, just different things. But yeah, we're trying to really preserve the stuff that was there so you guys can see this place, hopefully. And I say we're going to try to investigate it. We want to do daytime investigations there. I'm excited about that. Just see what goes on in the daylight, versus the dark. I mean, it's just crazy. But I've got the other one, I think, uploaded now for them to hear. And again, this is the group of girls, and this one, if it loads and you guys can hear it, I don't know if you guys could hear that out there. But the last one I played, give me a thumbs up if you guys could hear that last one I played. Could you hear the bang in the background and everything? All the viewers out there. There's a little delay, so we'll see it here in a second. But yeah, just give me a thumbs up if you guys could hear that last one. I'll play another one. Looks like we're getting some thumbs up. So, all right, they're thumbs up. And so we're going to play this other one. And like I said, I apologize for the language. Everybody was freaked out that night. The girls were cussing. We were cussing. When you have strange things happening right beside you and physical activity, it startles you. I don't care how long you've been doing this in the field of paranormal research. It startles you. I mean, you've got strange things going on, but I'm going to play this one, and it's a few minutes in. She'll ask a question. You'll hear like what sounds like almost like, I think it's like a coin dropping or something. But nobody ever sees anything fall. The problem, we can never find anything on the floor. No, so that's the weird thing. It's like a residual sound. So Here we go. I'm going to play a short clip from the girls that were on our haunted tour that night. Wait a minute. I think that's the same one. Let me get back to 2:30 here. Yeah, I think this is the bang. I played the wrong one again. Let me see if this is the bang. Okay, you guys are going to hear the bang again here.
Can you whistle for me? We have wind chimes right here in the middle. If you want to touch those. See what I tell you? That was the noise that just happened.
Okay. Here comes the new one. I apologize. Sorry, guys. I had some malfunctions with my audio files. They disappeared. And I had to re-upload them, which is very strange. So I'm re-uploading these, and this is the one. Here's the new one coming up right now, guys. Here it comes.
Were you married to Karen? Can you touch one of us? Hey. Hello. Hi. Can you give us your name? Can you make a noise? Me away. Me away. Please don't go away. Me away. Away. Leave him. Okay, you want us to leave? What the hell was that? I don't know. That was like a penny. Are you wanting us to leave? That was a piece of glass. Yeah, that was nothing. Wow, did you record that? You did not say leave.
I'm going to play out one more time, guys. It sounds like a penny falling. I mean, it's strange.
Okay, you want us to leave? What the hell was that? I don't know. That was like a penny. Are you wanting us to leave? That was a piece of glass. Yeah, that was nothing. Wow, did you record that? You did not say leave. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Are you throwing things at us now?
So that's just some of the things, we experienced that night. It's like that we caught on, audio. Those girls were catching all of it. It's awesome. And I'm telling you, nobody was throwing anything, guys. Like, it was just unbelievable. When we would look for coins, we'd look for stuff on the ground. Like I say, I thought people were faking it to start out with. I was watching people, and it started happening to me. Like, I was walking down the hallways, again in group 3 area, and it sounded like somebody shot a rock out of a slingshot down the hallway again at me and bounced around the hallway and hit walls, and nobody was behind me. Like it came from behind me. I mean, I'm just so stoked over this place. It was like, I don't know. It was pretty cool. I mean, just stuff flying around the halls that you couldn't explain. But yeah, there's some more audio, guys. And like I say, I've recorded several sounds on mine that I haven't got on here yet that I'm going to play for you guys in future shows. So hang in there for that. But Beth says Amanda has the video of the balloon. You should play it. Glad you reminded me.
You do. Yes. I said, yes, you do have the video.
Okay, yeah, we do have the video of the balloon. So you want to talk about that before I play it real quick, Amanda?
Yeah, this was the second night we were there, and we were in our separate groups, and I went in with, I think it was only 3 of us with another group of ladies, and so I just took a balloon in, and once again, activity thing, so I blew it up, and we were down in hall 3, and I set it in the hallway and just kind of put my flashlight on there, and we waited there for a while, and then we're like, well, come on, can you move the balloon, and I recorded it, and it turns. I mean, it's not like it just shook. There wasn't no wind. It twirled. So that was pretty cool to catch.
Yeah, there was no air currents or anything because we've done that several times tonight. We were trying to locate air currents, see if there's anything causing this, and these balloons would just spin. One time, well, this was on the second night, I think, too. It took off down the hallway and went into another room. And unfortunately, I don't think that was right at the end. We were just messing with it. We didn't have that on video either, but the balloon actually went down the hallway and turned and went into a room.
Yes.
So
leave,
very weird. But here's one of the videos of the balloon spinning. I'm going to throw that up real quick.
Use all your might to make it move. There you go.
Good job.
That is awesome. That was awesome. Thank you.
That's yeah. Yeah, the place is crazy. And then you had one pop, right? You had a balloon pop and you don't really know.
Yeah, I was gonna try that again, so I went to pick up the balloon, and before I set it down, and it just popped, right? And I was like, holy cow. And once again, I looked to see if there's glass, something that would pop it on the floor, and I could not find anything. So I don't know. I can't explain that,
Yeah. We also had a softball fly off a ladder. Remember that? That was on that now. Okay. Yeah. That's 17th, right? Yeah. So now we're getting into, all this stuff we're talking about was on October 16th, guys. And now we're going to talk about October 17th, our second night in Pine Lawn Manor for our public investigation. Now, it was pretty slow. I mean, not a lot was happening. We had some people in there. And actually, we had a bigger crowd, I think, on the 16th than we did the 17th, which is weird. And more stuff happened on the 16th. So we got less people in there now on the 17th, and there's not as much going on. Oh, going back to the 16th, there was so much stuff. I forgot about this. A chair flopped over too, slammed, remember?
Yes, I did remember that.
There's so much stuff that went on, I forget. Going back to the 16th again, guys, there was a chair in the dining room area where a group of people were at, and this chair just flips over and slams down on its back, with no explanation. And obviously nobody's rolling the camera because nobody's expecting it to happen. The problem with the place is there's no power in there. So we didn't have our cameras set up. We are going to rig this place up with cameras, though, once our haunted tours get over. We don't want to set our camera system up in there when we've got the public in there because we don't want them tripping over all our cords or breaking our cameras or falling and getting hurt. So that's why we don't have our camera system rolling right now. And that's probably why everything's going on, because we don't have a camera system rolling. Yeah. After our public events are over, we are going to rig this place up nightly with video cameras, guys, and we're going to see what's going on in there. But yeah, a chair just kaboom, just slams down. It was so loud. I was down the hallway and I went running into the room thinking somebody had fallen or something, and everybody's freaking out. The chair just flipped over. I mean, the 16th was really like a haunted house that wasn't a haunted house. I mean, it was one of those haunted houses where people jump out at you, but because you hear people just screaming all over the building at all times of the night. Well, something's going on in that wing.
Right. Yes.
I mean, that's how bad it was. I mean,
yeah, you're right. Yeah. One time we didn't even know a group was in there and we heard screaming and we took off. Remember that?
Yeah. We're like, I didn't even know anybody was, yeah. We didn't know anybody was in the building again. We just heard screaming. We're like, well, there must be a group in there. So, but yeah, going into the 17th, which was Saturday night, it started out real slow. I took my group, Amanda took her group. Not a lot was happening. And then we had an individual on the 17th, which is really cool, that was related to an individual that died in there. And she wanted to come to see if she could communicate with him, which is really cool. That's what we like to do too, is like help loved ones connect each other and see if, they can make contact with a relative or something. And the guy's name that she was trying to communicate was Timmy. And I guess Timmy passed away in Pylon in 1990, she said, from complications of an infection. He fell and broke his hip. And he passed away inside Pylon Manor. And we had one of his relatives there trying to talk with him and communicate with him, and which was really cool. And we did get some interesting responses. We were in group 3. Remember that? She was saying stuff, and we started hearing knocks out in the hallway.
Kept getting a little closer and closer. That was pretty. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, because it sounded like he came from down the hall, and every time she would holler for Timmy, it would get closer and closer to us. And eventually, we took her into Timmy's room, and we were sitting there recording, and we didn't get anything. She was trying to make contact with him. Nothing was happening. I think, were you the one that put the softball up on the ladder?
Yes. Yeah, I put the softball up on the ladder, and then we were going to try to use the balloon. So we put the balloon on the ground and then left the softball up on the ladder.
Yeah. So, we put the softball up on the ladder and nothing's going on. And we was like, okay, well, that was kind of uneventful, when we start to walk out of the room and the softball flies off the ladder as we get ready to leave the room. It's almost like just when we think, nothing's going to happen, that's when it throws it at you. But the softball flew completely off the ladder in this room we call, Timmy's room where he stayed. So it's just messed up, guys. I'm telling you. They're probably getting tired of hearing us talk about this place, but it's just amazing.
Well, going back though, the night before, we forgot to mention, we were talking to the girls and they asked a question. I don't even remember what the question was. And I thought you said yes.
Oh, yeah.
And you go, and you thought I said yes, and you're like, well, your voice changed. I was like, that wasn't me.
Yeah, we heard a disembodied voice at the same time. Yeah, me and Amanda heard it at the same time, and we'd asked something. Yeah, like she said it, and that voice goes, yes. And I looked at Amanda, and I'm like, I was like, what is wrong with her? And she thought it was me saying it, and I thought it was her saying it, but it was somebody in between us talking.
Yeah.
That we figured out. Yeah, it was neither one of us. It was actually a disembodied voice.
Yeah, answering. That was weird. That was very weird.
Yeah. Yeah. And we both figured out what had happened when, we both figured out that neither one of us had had a voice change. So it was strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, we heard disembodied voices. I can't confirm this. I mean, I went out in the hall really quick, but I was also in the room we refer to as the crazy room with the board with all the names and stuff on it. And this was on the 17th, and I was looking outside into that hallway that leads back into the main hallway right there. It's just the hallway outside the crazy room. We got that little bitty hallway, and then it goes back into the main hallway. I looked out there and seen what I thought was a shadow figure walk across there. And I would run out and look down the main hallway, and nobody's around. I mean, there wasn't anybody there. The only natural explanation I have for it is maybe somebody was outside and walked past the window and cast a shadow onto the wall. That's my only natural explanation for it. I mean, I don't like to label everything that happens as a ghost. And guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm trying hard not to label this place, everything is as haunting like activity or ghost like activity in there. But I have no explanations for what we're experiencing in there. Like, it just, and I've debunked a lot of places. I mean, Willow's Weep was supposed to be the most evil haunted house in North America. We went into there and just totally tore to pieces and found natural explanations for everything occurring there pretty much. And kind of pissed them off in the process. But because but if there's a natural explanation for something, I will tell you, you know, there's a natural explanation. And like, I've still found none for what happened to us on the 16th in there. But going back to the 17th, you know, we had a group of kids, a smaller, you know, younger kids on the 17th. And I'm wondering if it didn't affect the activity and they were almost like scared to interact with the kids, or they were scared or like almost scare the kids, because hardly anything happened like on the 16th until after, you know, it was over. Everybody had left. And it was me, Amanda, John, and Courtney. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
And we're basically doing a building check, make sure everybody got out of the building from the haunted tour, make sure there was no groups left in there, you know, make sure all the doors were locked and secure, and all hell breaks loose. I mean, this is after the kids leave, you know. It started when we were walking down the hallway, and we'd never experienced activity in the main hallway. This was close to group. Where was that? Was that going into the hallway of group 1? Maybe we started hearing that thing behind us.
Yeah, I think we just turned the corner off of group 1, and it sounded like somebody skipped a rock. I mean, I don't know how to explain it or something.
Yeah, it's like somebody's shooting rocks out of a slingshot. That's all I can describe it as. And it's happened all over the building. We thought it was just in the crazy room area or over in group 3, which some people refer to as the red hall. But now we figured out that it happened in a different hallway, because this rock comes shooting up from behind us. Like, you can hear it coming from behind, skipping and bouncing, and goes out in front of us, but there's nothing there again.
No,
we see nothing.
Nothing. And we we all tried to find something that it'd be, and none of us can.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand that. There's no rocks. There's nothing on the ground. But the thing is, we hear this thing bouncing around and shooting at us, but we don't see it. You know, it's like a residual. It's like a residual sound. You know, we're not seeing anything. It's all hearing. These objects bounce around with no visual sighting of what it is. And as much as it happened over the course of the 2 nights, you would have think one of us would have seen something. You know, like a rock fly, or we even tried to recreate it. We tried to debunk it. I tried to find some stuff and put out in front of my boot and walk through there and kick it as if, you know, we kicked it going down the hallway to make sure we didn't kick up a rock or something that we couldn't see. And didn't sound the same at all. And obviously the sound we heard came from behind us. Yes. You know, it came from behind and shot forward. It didn't come from, like, if I kicked it forward like you would if you would have kicked something with your own boot. So a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. And we tried to reenact it or try to mimic that sound, and we just could not do it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we would toss it. We would try to skip it. We would try to, you know, something that we thought maybe it would be, and it just wasn't the same. It's
and the glass breaking, you know, it sounds like there's multiple, like, residual type sounds. There's sounds of glass breaking. There's sounds of pennies hitting the floor. There's rocks flying around in there. There's something hitting a pile of junk in the crazy room with a baseball bat. That's what it sounds like. And it's literally that loud. So I'm excited to see what happens next, guys, and let you know. And hopefully you guys get to experience it and we can film it and show you everything. But go ahead. If you got any comments of Amanda, throw them out there. I'm going to try to read some of the viewers' comments and ask questions now, or answer any questions they might have.
Really, the only thing I have to add, I hope you guys reserved a spot, because the next time we're going is Halloween weekend, and that's, it's just gonna be awesome, I think. And I hope as much activity, happens like on the 16th and stuff. And I'm excited. I mean, and I'm very much like Jason. I almost just like love this place. Like I just want to go all the time because I'm like, holy cow, always something's happening. It's just it's neat.
Yeah, exactly. And like Amanda said, the 16th and 17th, going into the 16th was the new moon. And paranormal activity increases, 3 days before, after, and definitely on the new moon cycle and the full moon cycle. So the 16th was the new moon, which, if you guys aren't familiar with what that is, it means there's no moon visible. It's blackness. It's the darkest time of the month. That's when you're out of your full moon and it's going, it's waning. In the process of waning, you go to your new moon. And then after the new moon, the moon starts waxing, heading into the full moon and getting bigger and larger again, But on the new moon period and the full moon periods of the month, that's when paranormal activity seems to increase. And there's a lot of science behind it too, And if you look at like anybody in healthcare too, if you ever worked in healthcare, if you've worked in anywhere, where there's a lot of public stuff going on, the full moons are just crazy with activity. There's a lot of ambulance calls on full moon nights. Just people act weird, and the moon affects people. The gravitational pull to the earth, affects the tidal waves of the ocean. It affects people. It affects animals. And that's the theory as to why it affects ghosts and spirits as well. So, there is some science behind why new moon and full moon cycles increase paranormal activity, and people report more paranormal activity on those moon cycles. There is some actual science behind it. And just look at the way people are affected by those cycles of the moon phase. It's no wonder we got a lot of activity in there. But yeah, the Halloween falls on a full moon this year. We're going to be in Pine Lawn Manor, and I can't think of any place right now, anywhere in the world I would rather be on the full moon.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah. So, that place is going to be really cool. I'm trying to read some comments here. April says, when I worked there, it was crazy working nights, but I love the residents dearly. Still reading comments here. Us 5 girls loved it. Can't wait to come back again for more activity. That was Madeline Barker. Rusty Tracy, I remember Jennifer's war hoop, throw one hand in the air. Frank's, I don't know what that's talking about, but I think they're talking about residents maybe there or something. But yeah, thank you guys out there for watching tonight. Luke and Rusty and everybody that's out there, Tiffany, Karen, I think seen Dale Kazmarek on there earlier. I don't know if he's still out there watching. Jennifer Baker, Diana, Craig, got a lot of people, a lot of fans out there watching right now. So thank you guys for watching again and listening to another one of our talk shows. And you just guys have to experience this place, And I don't know what else to tell you. We'll try to capture more evidence. I think I just lost Amanda. I don't know what happened there. Maybe her phone died, but we're right toward the end anyway. Maybe she'll come back here, but just lost Amanda's feed there. But yeah, thank you guys out there for watching tonight. We're probably going to end this one anyway. We just wanted to kind of give you an update. And wait, she may be back. There she is. Let me put her back into the live feed here, guys. There you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
I thought maybe you went to Pine Lawn without me.
No, I was like, what just happened?
Yeah. I was like, I lost Amanda, guys. So. But yeah, Amanda, thanks for co-hosting with me tonight. Hopefully you can do it again soon. And we'll talk about more of our adventures at Pine Lawn Manor in Sumner, Illinois. And hopefully our tours, coming up will be pretty cool there. So
yeah, excited.
Yeah. Oh, I want to tell them real quick too. This weekend, guys, we have a private tour going on. On Friday night, we're taking some people out for a private tour. And then Saturday night is McPike Mansion over in Alton, Illinois. And are you going to that, Amanda?
I am. And I'm excited
Awesome.
about that too.
Okay, cool. So, this Saturday night, guys, and we may go live from there if Sharon, the owner, will let us do that. I'm sure she will. But this Saturday night, we are going to be at McPike Mansion in Alton, Illinois, helping with their haunted overnight there. And if you guys want tickets, I don't know if they're sold out or not. I have not talked with Sharon actually for a little while. She was on our show here a while back. I had her on here. Definitely get on McPikeMansion.com and order the tickets through them. We're just helping with that event. It's not actually our event. We're kind of the host team there that night and helping with her event because she needed help. And we're going to set our camera system up in the Pike Mansion so everybody can monitor the life or the viewer, I guess, all night. They can look at that, look at the cameras set up in there. We're going to bring our equipment so people can see it and probably set some cameras up down in the cellar area. But me and Dickerson got a really cool video out of there. We investigated McPike Mansion a while back that we're going to be playing on a video for everybody to watch there. And it's going to be a real fun time. It's kind of like a little cookout, hangout deal at McPike Mansion. So definitely get tickets at McPikeMansion.com if you've not already got those for this Saturday, the 24th. All the information is on that website. And we will be there, probably going live from McPike Mansion this weekend. So
Yeah.
You didn't think we were skipping this weekend, did you guys? We're not taking a break in October at all. We're going all night long every weekend. So if we're not live or on the air, you guys know where we're at. We're definitely out somewhere. I guarantee you. But yeah, we're going to be at McPike Mansion. So everybody check that one out. Like I say, hopefully we'll be getting to go live. And the 26th of October, we're going to be on a podcast in Effingham, Illinois called it's from the Effing Brew Company, which we're going to investigate again, and we can go live from one of the investigations we conducted in Effingham, Illinois recently. But we are going to be on a live podcast, and I'll let you guys know how you can view and find that on our page closer to time. But that's the 26th of October. We're going to be on there talking about our paranormal events that took place there and talking about some of the hauntings in Effingham, Illinois and Effingham County, Illinois. So got a full lineup coming up and clearing in November. Also, just to let you guys know, we opened up another weekend for Pine Lawn in November because we had so many people wanting to go. That is November 6th and 7th at 7 p.m. Just send us a message, say you want a ticket because they fill up fast. That's why we had to do 2 more nights. We want to give people an extra chance if they missed it to do the 6th and 7th of November. So definitely send us a message, say how many people you want and what night and your last name. We'll put you down and message you back. And hopefully it's as cool as it was on the 16th and 17th. So
Yes, hopefully. I'm sure it will be.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's all we got for tonight. I almost missed the little part there at the end where we had to tell about McPike Mansion. I forgot we were going there this weekend. So I've got too much going on.
Yes.
You got anything to add, Amanda, before we get out of here?
No, just once again, I hope you guys can make it to Pine Lawn because it's really cool. It's awesome. But
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for being on here, man. I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
All right, I'm going to take you out of the feed, and I will, if not before then, I will see you Friday or Saturday night.
Okay. All righty.
All right, talk to you later. Thanks.
Yep, bye.
Bye. All right, guys, that was Amanda Roughton, one of my newest team members, and she's experienced a lot already, so it's kind of cool. She just joined on here recently, been on there about 3 or 4 months, and she's already been at one of the coolest places I've experienced stuff at. So, but thanks for watching out there tonight, guys. We're going to end this. Thanks everybody out there, Tammy, Joe, Craig. I know I missed a lot of you, because I'm just kind of scrolling through my live feed here. But thanks everybody that watched this, and hopefully we'll have a good weekend this weekend and go live from McPike Mansion. Take care out there, guys. Have a good evening.